friends, hello, hi, how are you? I'm feeling probably a little defeated. I'm filming this right now as we're getting some like election stuff back. And you know, it's not what we were hoping for, what I was hoping for necessarily, but I think there's still some really positive things happening. I just want to say that no matter where you fall politically, whether you agree with what I say or disagree or whatever, no matter where you fall, I'm really glad that there seem to be a lot of people getting out and voting today. Today's Tuesday when I'm filming this, so that'll be the day after. A lot more will have come out when I post this tomorrow. But I just wanted to say I'm really glad that there was a really big increase of voters, and I think that's only going to become more and more strong each year. I know our country is, I don't really talk about politics because it's just so messy, but I know regardless of the results of tonight that things are still going to be really divided. And while I think it's, you know, I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss for words. We're still going to be very divided no matter what happens tonight. I think just as a country, we are. And so I'm going to keep using this platform to talk about things when I feel they're important, but I also really want to make sure that this channel is almost an escape from that, because I literally said to my boyfriend, I was like, okay, I was watching the results come in, and I was like, I need to go film because I just like literally need to do something that makes me happy because I'm just like kind of sad. So that's what I'm doing. So I want to keep this a really happy and positive place, but I still want to be able to speak about things. But I just wanted to say that like no matter what happens, we're gonna be okay. I think everything's gonna be okay in the end, hopefully. But yeah, okay, let's jump into this video. So today, hello, hi, how are you? Today, we are doing something crazy. It's banana. No, it's not really that crazy. I've kind of done something like this similar, but it was actually called Can You Dupe It? It was a series I did on my channel. I think I did it twice, so I don't know if I could call it a series. More like an encore. But today we're doing the similar idea, but I kind of wanted to do it to like a really big extreme. So I saw a video from Samantha Ravndal where she did a video of her full face of like her most expensive makeup. It kind of got me thinking, like, what if I did a full face of makeup, but it was like half of the face was the most expensive and half was the least expensive makeup I own. I've done this in videos before in the sense of like duping. We're not really trying to dupe anything here. We're just trying to see like performance. Like both sides of my face could look pretty different at the end of this. I just want to see like what happens. I'm just kind of curious. We're to the point of the week where I'm just curious, and I'm just gonna go with that feeling. Let's do it. So I was already wrong about the first product, so I'll be back. So the first primer I will be using, let's just get started right there. My most expensive primer that I own is really, really new to me. I got it during the 20% off sale. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I have been using this pretty frequently since I received it. I do enjoy it. I like it. I don't think I've used it enough yet to determine if it is life-changing. Does that make sense? But I think as of right now, in this moment, and this could totally change, so don't hold me to this, but as of having used it right now, I think I do prefer the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. So if you guys are looking to invest in a more expensive primer, I would think about the Tatcha one over this one. My least expensive primer, we have the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser primer. This is just, I've had this for so long. I remember seeing on like BuzzFeed or something, this was a dupe for the POREfessional, and I was like, wow, must have. I bought it. This is literally like $2, this primer. I'm not gonna lie though, it works pretty well for me. Like I actually use this pretty frequently to fill in my pores, especially when they used to be a lot worse. Definitely two very different feels to my face right now. This one feels like silicone-y, and this one just feels like lotion. I have been having such bad breakouts lately, it's like driving me up the wall. I think it's because the weather's changing, but it's like, next, foundation. My most expensive foundation, which has been my most expensive foundation for a very long time, is the Marc Jacobs, and Marc is in like parentheses, the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. Mine is in Golden Bisque, which is a little too dark for me. When I bought this very expensive $55 foundation, I think maybe I would have color matched more, but I've actually used this quite a bit. I bought it because I think it was Tana Mongeau was like, it's the best, and I knew nothing about makeup, so I was trusting people like Tana Mongeau to guide me. I'm going to use different foundation brushes and different concealer brushes. This is to not
contaminate the experiment.
Okay, so we are signed, sealed, delivered. Ironically, my least expensive foundation is actually my favorite foundation. This is my tried and true Makeup Revolution foundation stick. I just love her. She's almost gone, but she's been almost gone, and sis is a survivor. This is only $7, and the one I just put on was $55, in case you needed a reminder. They're definitely two different colors, so it just looks a little bit more natural, a little bit more me. I feel like even on camera you can tell the coverage difference. This looks a lot more like skin than this does. So I actually had a bunch of concealers that were actually like the same price. I had a bunch that were $29, and then I had a couple of some concealers that were like $7. So I just picked these ones. For the $29 one, I picked the Born This Way concealer, and this is also a very full coverage concealer. I didn't really mean for the expensive side to be the most full coverage side. That's just kind of how she's playing out right now. And then for concealer on this side, I have my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I believe this is $6. Okay, this is $6, this little concealer. I will say, this is also quite full coverage. Honestly, my concealer looks the exact same. So, powders. This is one place where I feel like it's possible that there's going to be a difference. For my most expensive powder, it is my new Hourglass Veil Setting Powder, and that is 46 doll hairs. A lot of you were wondering how you get the product out of the package. I found it really, really easy to just shake it out, and I've been applying it with this like really densely packed brush, this like densely packed like topper brush, and that's been really nice. I don't know, man, this Hourglass powder is real good. All right, now we're gonna use this Rimmel Stay Matte. This is $3.99. This powder is not my favorite powder. It's just a little, first of all, it doesn't smell very good, which I don't love. You can't really pounce in this powder. You kind of have to spread it out and rub it. If you pounce it in, it just goes all into your pores. At least mine, because I have crinkly under eyes. So I kind of have to spread that underneath. This side is just so much more full coverage, I feel. That's all we're getting right now. I wanted to see if there'd be like a significant difference. I feel like there's not going to be until we get to like the fun stuff. Powder. So for pressed powder, I have the Fenty Beauty in Universal Invisimatte powder that I have a pretty big pan in. This was my favorite for a while. Then came Rimmel Stay Matte. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is a huge need to buy expensive powders. I feel like people go through them so quickly, at least I know I do, that it's almost better to find a cheaper one that is good. So that way when you inevitably have to rebuy it a bunch of times, you don't have to spend like $30. This is a fantastic powder though. This Fenty Beauty one, I really, really do like. This gives a really nice finish to the face. It's not too cakey or crazy. I'm also gonna grab my Rimmel Stay Matte and do the other side. Powder is does just as much as the Fenty and is like literally a fraction of the price. This is like $3 versus like 30. So next is contour. So I know these are gonna look kind of weird. I literally did just like the cheapest and the most expensive contour palette like shade I had. I didn't do palettes just because I didn't really want to bring palettes into this mess. So I have my least expensive is this Pure Sculpt palette. This was literally $2. This is so expensive. It's like a mini on-the-go contour palette thing. And then my most expensive is my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. This is like how much? This sculpting powder is $44. So let's do it. I've made it no secret that I love like more bougier makeup. I feel like I try to be kind of honest about that. I feel as though there's almost kind of a shame in liking bougier makeup. I don't know why, but I feel like because it's so like outlandishly expensive, some of it, I think sometimes people don't want to admit they love makeup that is a little bit more expensive. Some people probably just don't like makeup that's more expensive, which I totally get. My thinking about it is like, I have one thing in life that I enjoy. I'm gonna use this Pure one now with a different brush, and that is makeup. And so if I want to treat myself to something a little bit more bougie and a little bit more expensive, I'm gonna do it, you know? I'm gonna mix all three of these shades just because this is gonna be significantly oranger. This little Pure kit, I actually really, really like it. I bring this with me when I travel a lot because number one, I'm not super afraid of it breaking because it's like $3. And number two, it's got some nice blendability. Although I will say, this one also comes with like a mini little highlighting palette, but I decluttered that because I didn't really like the highlighters. I just liked the contour shades. I actually kind of like the more warm toned contour though. I've always liked something a little bit warmer. Probably looks insane on camera, but whatever. whatever. Now for bronzer, we will be using my most expensive, my least expensive. My least expensive is this little NYX matte bronzer that's about $8 that I've had for forever. And my most expensive, it was a tie between this and my Chanel bronzer. Picked this one because I feel like I've been using the Chanel in a lot of videos, so I wanted to play with this one. But I messed up because this is also a really warm toned bronzer and this one is a little bit more cool. So I'm gonna look even more off, but that's fine. Let's just jump right into it. This is a little bit too red. I think this is a little bit more extreme. You know what I think is happening right now? So I'm not even gonna front. I actually like this, the more expensive side better, which normally doesn't happen in these videos, but I think there's a reason for that and I'm gonna explain that. First I'll do blush, I guess, real quick. My most expensive blush was my Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush, and my least expensive was my little Wet n Wild Broken Mellow Wine blush that I love dearly. Something I've just been like thinking on is that I think the reason these more expensive products are performing so well right now is because if I buy an expensive product, like something like the Bobbi Brown face base, and I think just because I'm so picky about makeup sometimes, the things that I have that are expensive are here because I didn't return them, because I deemed them like really, really good and worth keeping. And the cheaper things that I have are things that I didn't really care. Although this blush, this Mellow Wine blush from Wet n Wild, I would 10 out of 10 recommend. It's like one of my favorite blushes. Whereas these cheaper ones, some of these I really don't use because they were so cheap. I just don't really mind them kind of sitting there. I still use them. I try to use all of my stuff, but you know what I mean? Like if I spent so much money on something, I'd be way more likely to return it than if I spent $3 on a blush at a drugstore. I'll probably just try to make it work. Whereas like if my high-end stuff isn't working, I have such high expectations for it that I will return it if it doesn't work. All right, we are gonna be comparing my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and my ColourPop little brow pencil right here. We're gonna see how this goes. This will be interesting. Right now I'm liking this side more because it just looks more natural. It looks more, which is crazy because I'm wearing such a full coverage foundation, but for whatever reason my contour looks more natural. This side looks a little bit more like in your face, and I'm not sure if I'm loving that. I think these brow pencils might actually be a dupe for each other though, because they have the same exact point on them. Okay, so this brow turned out so much better than this brow. I think everything on this side of my face is just lighter today. I don't really know what's going on. Actually, I'm gonna try to like darken that up really quick because this is gonna bother me. This brow looks like real bad and I don't really know why. Like I don't really understand because I normally really like this brow pencil, but it's just very like gray looking. I think I just need to apply more pressure, but that's always a risky business with brows. That's the best I'm gonna get, but everything on this side of my face looks so much lighter and everything on this side is like in your face, orange. So now we're moving on to eyeshadow. It should be zero shock that my most expensive palette is my Natasha Denona. I don't know what else. This is my Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I got this as a gift. It's still my pride and joy. I also have the Pat McGrath palette now, but that's still not as expensive as this, shockingly. And then I also have, my cheapest was this Delancey Beauty Maelstrom palette. Technically this palette is about $24, but I snagged it for like $10 when it was on sale. I did learn from Angelica that these are private labeled, I'm pretty sure. So take with that what you will, because I think some people maybe wouldn't want that, but I think it's a pretty cool palette. And the shades work pretty well from what I've seen. I'm going to try to do somewhat of a similar look with the two palettes. They're not like super the same, but I'm hoping I can create maybe just like a really simple like red and kind of like orangey brown gold look. I'm just going to do that real quick and then I'll be back to do highlight with you guys. Okay, so we've just finished this up, and I feel like I tried my best here, but it's pretty obvious to me that the Natasha Denona glitter is just like 10 times more metallic and beautiful than the other one, but that's because they're so gosh darn expensive, so that makes sense. The thing about luxury makeup, it's not even like, oh, I want to make this clear. I just want to like talk about it because I feel like people, I also don't have any other eyeliners except the Marc Jacobs gel liner. I'm so sorry. You really don't need it. It's not a necessity. You can create a really pretty, nice look and not have to spend like $50 to get a bronzer. Like you can still create something gorgeous for a fraction of the price than what you think you need to pay. But where I see value in luxury makeup is that for me, and I know this is the case for a lot of people, makeup has become somewhat of a hobby. And it's the same way if you were to collect, like, I don't know, like rocks.
What do people collect?
I have no idea. But if you were to collect like rocks or something, it's possible that you would spend more on like a special type of rock just because you want it for your collection. And that's kind of how luxury makeup is for me. For highlighters today, I have my Laura Mercier highlighter in the shade Indiscretion. I was actually sent this in PR, which is like crazy because it's like $45 or $48, something crazy. And then my least expensive is my tried and true Essence Pure Nude. This guy is so cute. And that's why I have it. Like, that's why I like it. I think quality-wise, you can create, even if not the exact same look, still a very pretty look with both. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is you're capable of creating something really nice and really pretty on both. They may just be a little different.
Hello.
Can you come in here?
Yeah. Right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I need like 2 minutes.
Okay, babe. That's perfect because I have to put on lip gloss. So for my more expensive lip gloss, I have my Marc Jacobs lip gloss in Sugar Sugar. Technically this is a mini, but it would be my most expensive lip product if I had it in the full size. And I am planning on buying this in the full size because I love it. I also love the NYX Butter Glosses, and these are my cheapest little lip glosses. I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that it's okay to love expensive things, and it's okay to want to spend money on something that you're passionate about and something you love, like makeup, like expensive bougier products, like this stupid coconut bronzer that I love. But you also don't have to be good at makeup, to be pretty. I think it's easy to forget, especially when you're somebody like me who I'm an adult, you know, I'm like 23. Easy to forget that most of the people doing makeup and a lot of people doing makeup are like younger people. I know there's a whole group of people that are older that do it too. It's like makeup has no age. But I will say, when you are younger, I know the feeling of feeling pressured to like buy this really expensive thing and like feel like you have to have it. You don't. You can create a very similar look and something just as beautiful with something that's like $3 that you can with something that's $50. But I understand. I just want to play it from both sides, I guess, was the point of this video. And also I wanted to see what would happen, and honestly, they both look really similar. Hi, I'm gonna do your makeup. Surprise.
Yeah.
Boyfriend does my makeup part too. Can you look at my face?
Hello, people.
Hi. Can you look
Should
at my...
I kneel? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like...
Get down. I can see you. This is my boyfriend.
Hello.
Look at my face.
Yeah.
Does it look different?
Should it?
Yeah.
Your lips definitely look different. Hold on.
You have a piece of fuzz in your eyebrow.
Can
It's, like,
can I
really little.
look at them both in the light?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look different.
Okay, which one would you think is the more expensive one? Which one would you think is the cheaper one?
Your lips look... Hold on. Your lips look really different. No. I can tell it's lip gloss. This side, your right side has got to be the cheaper side.
You're always wrong.
Am I wrong?
Every single time I do something like this, you're always wrong. Yeah, this is the more expensive side.
Really?
Why did you think it was the cheaper side?
The lip looks way worse.
Well, you just don't like this lip color on me. You've said that multiple times. You've made it very clear. You don't like this lip gloss.
And also, close your eyes again. I guess the eye makeup is brighter on the right side, but I didn't think that was what you were going for.
Because I normally don't.
Yeah. And the foundation, I guess I can see more pores on the left side,
I used a much cheaper primer.
but the right side looks powdery.
Because I used a very full coverage foundation. But you can't see as many pores on this side.
So I was trying to decide, I was trying to decide if the more pores meant cheaper, or if the more powder meant cheaper.
So there you go. It really doesn't make a difference. Either way, if you like
the
buying...
lip looks real bad on both sides.
He just doesn't like lip gloss. If you like to buy expensive things for yourself, buy them, right? He doesn't condone
If they're within your budget, then go for it.
He doesn't really condone expensive makeup. But if you want to buy expensive makeup because you love it and it's your passion, go for it. Don't feel like you have to, because both sides look super, super, super similar. You're so out of the frame.
Your chair is so low to the ground right now. I'm kneeling.
I know. I'm just little, too.
Hi.
I'm very short.
My hair is not done, everybody.
It's okay. How much do you think this cost?
It's a very big pan, so I'm going to say $60.
$50.
Close.
He's getting good at this. We should do a boyfriend guesses my makeup round 2.
Ooh, I'd be down.
Let me know if you guys want to see that, because I've gotten a lot more
This
stuff.
candle smells really good.
I know, it smells like a s'more. I love it. Okay, you want to do the outro with me?
Sure.
He doesn't know it because he doesn't watch my videos.
That's
He's a
true.
fake fan. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're watching me.
Oh, I almost said so happy you're here.
No, and then I say thank you for being here, because I always want to thank people for being here, because
Gotcha.
they literally shouldn't be and they don't have to be. I love you guys so much. And are you pretending to be a windshield wiper? What are you doing? I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
What?
Does this side really look like it has more pores?
Yeah.